Module 2.7. Here's a sneaky way to get a leg up on your competition and research your golden prospects. Depending upon your niche, there's a very good chance some of them have written books and have them listed on Amazon. Amazon has made it possible for just about anyone to be able to publish books. In fact, I think they made it possible for anyone to write books because I read probably a couple dozen books a month from Amazon, and some of them are atrocious. So I know anybody can publish on Amazon. That's a good thing because if your golden prospects have published on Amazon, it gives you a chance to do several things. First of all, it gives you a chance to read their book, to purchase their book, to read their book, to take notes as you're reading their book. If you think they give a lot of information about themselves on their website, or you should wait till you read their books. They give a lot of information about themselves in their books. And then it gives you the opportunity to leave a 5-star review if you really think it's a good book. And I recommend that if you Golden Prospect, if you buy a book from your Golden Prospect and you can't leave a 5-star review, you may have the wrong Golden Prospect or you bought the wrong one of their books. But I recommend that after you leave a 5-star review, you write a thank you note to your Golden Prospect, letting them know how much you enjoyed the book and that you left a 5-star review, and also that you are interested in buying some a bulk order if that's possible. And that way, that really gets their attention. And is it worthwhile buying bulk orders of their books? Well, it only depends upon how much traffic they're getting. If they're way down here low on the list, getting $200 worth of traffic a month, well, you're not going to invest in that type of prospect, and at least that kind of in that way. But if they're up here on the spectrum and they're getting $250,000 worth of traffic a month, well, then I may buy $400 worth of their books. Yes. And what would I do with 400? What would I do with say with however many copies, say 100 copies of their book? What am I going to do with 100 copies of their book? Well, I'm going to go over to some of these other golden prospects. If they're bloggers, they need gifts to, well, they don't need them, but there's a good chance they'll be happy to give those books away to their readers. And then you could reach out to them and say, hey, I have 25 hardcover books or paperback books that you can give away to your readers. It's written by Golden Prospect number one is phenomenal. And then leave some of the points on when you took the notes and let them know. And what you did is you just built social capital up with one purchase. You built it up with the first person that you bought the books from. Now you just introduced yourself to the other golden prospects with gifts in hand, promoting not your own book, but somebody who is very trusted in the industry. And that gives you points as well too. And another thing you can do if they have a book is, and this really works, is if you have your own newsletter, it works best. But mention their book to your readers and your subscribers in your newsletter and see what you can do about getting them some more sales. And if you don't have a newsletter, look for a newsletter that will help them. And you may not even know the owner of that newsletter, but you can build a relationship up with them. And maybe they sell spots in their newsletter, or maybe you can work a win-win with them to build enough brownie points with them to let you include the golden prospect in their newsletter. And that way, you can work it out without paying them any money. But let's say you just take Golden Prospect number one and then you buy a newsletter spot for them and send that out to that newsletter. And then the day before it's supposed to hit, you reach out again to your golden prospect and said, hey, I liked your book a lot. And you know I bought some bulk orders of it. But I got you listed into this newsletter because you're going to be mentioned in this newsletter tomorrow. I hope it brings you some sales. I, I, I was just only more than happy to do that for you. By the way, this is crucial. Watch your ranking in your Amazon on your Amazon book and watch it go up because it may not take that many sales to get you to the top 10. When you get a nice email newsletter go out and people are buying books, what happens is because all the sales are coming in at once and it drives them up a lot of the times to the top five, even number one position for their category for their book. And so letting them know that ahead of time, and then when they're checking sales and they're checking their ranking going up, it builds social capital up with that prospect. You're promoting their book. Maybe you spent $300 to get them in that newsletter, but now they're getting sales and you get all the credit for those sales, even though you didn't build that other newsletter. Somebody else did. You just got them listed in it. And that's the beauty of having prospects that have written books. And I highly recommend that you check all your golden prospects to see if they've written any books, and make sure that you don't skip this step. In this case, these are all auto part dealers, and they have e-commerce sites for online auto parts. They haven't written any books, but we checked every single one of them, and we love niches when we can find a lot of authors because that gives us a lot of leverage points. So check your golden prospects out on Amazon. Oh, one more thing, and you could also check in Kindle Unlimited. I don't know. Kindle, I don't know where to find it. If your budget's slow, or if it's a prospect that you don't really want to spend a lot of money on, because they don't get a lot of traffic, search for them in Kindle Unlimited. A lot of the times for $10 a month, you could get unlimited books basically. And if their book is is eligible for Kindle Unlimited, guess what? You can read their book for free and leave a review for free. So there's a lot of different things you could do when your golden prospect's an author. So take advantage of that if you can. All right.